What's going on, guys? Austin here, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at 5-Minute Fantasies Week 10 booming and busting running backs. So my start of the week, I'm going to say, is Jonathan Taylor. I expect Jonathan Taylor, who's been filling in pretty well for Marlon Mack against the Tennessee Titans, who have a porous defense. He should be getting some pretty good snaps. Tennessee is not the same dominant defense that they have been the last couple of years, but Indianapolis is extremely well at the line of scrimmage, especially on the offensive line. So look for them in what should be a close game to really use Jonathan Taylor a lot. He's also an excellent receiving back. So Philip Rivers is definitely going to be using him a lot. Ronald Jones, expect him to get some quality targets against the Carolina Panthers. Ronald Jones has been getting the majority of the receiving snaps at running back, and he's also getting about an equal amount of rushing snaps as Leonard Fournette. So against the Carolina Panthers, he should be doing relatively well. Look to start J.K. Dobbins, I should say, for the Baltimore Ravens against New England. J.K. is filling in pretty well for Mark Ingram, and this is going to be one of those close games where I expect the Baltimore Ravens to take it away and win it, but I think early on it's going to be a lot of running, a lot of J.K. Dobbins. So definitely start him. Chase Edmonds versus Buffalo. Right now, Kenyon Drake is kind of coming back from an injury. We're not really sure if he's going to be starting or if he's going to be playing at all. But Buffalo is susceptible to the run, and Chase Edmonds is also an excellent receiving threat for Kyler Murray, so make sure that he's in your lineups. David Johnson at Cleveland. David Johnson, I saw him on the injury report. If he's healthy and if he plays, definitely look to start him. Cleveland has some pretty slow safeties and some below-average linebackers, so he'll be getting some decent targets along with any of the rushing snaps that he would normally get as the RB1 for the Texans. Look to sit Derrick Henry. I said to sit him against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that ended up being a decent pick. He only got 13 points that week. This is another one where Indianapolis, they've got officially the best running defense in the NFL, and they've got a pretty decent secondary as well. So it's not like they're going to be completely inept just by shutting him down. So be careful about him. If you have somebody that you think can get you 14 points, I would err on the side of caution and sit Derrick Henry. I'm going to say sit Jerick McKinnon at New Orleans. He's going to be the focus of a lot of attention for the New Orleans front seven, who is admittedly probably the best run defense over the last 3 years. They've been a top 5 every year for the past 3 years. So it's impressive. They haven't given up a single 100-yard rusher in the last, I think it's 51 games. So that's relatively impressive. So be careful about sitting him, or be careful about starting him for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to say sit Devonta Freeman. He's supposed to be coming back against Philadelphia, and he's had some decent games this season, but Philadelphia has some attention that their defensive tackles like to pay to the running game, whether that's Fletcher Cox or Brandon Graham. They've got some big guys up front that have been able to stop the run on a semi-consistent basis. I think there's going to be a Daniel Jones game, so look to sit Devonta Freeman. I'm going to say sit Joe Mixon. Obviously, he's going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we know what Pittsburgh can do to running backs, so be careful about him. This is going to be, I think, Joe Burrow's first game against Pittsburgh. They're definitely going to swarm what he wants to use the most. Joe Mixon has been banged up a little bit this season, so be careful about starting him. And then I'm going to say you're going to want to sit DeAndre Swift versus Washington. DeAndre Swift has been a pretty good running back for the Detroit Lions. He's slowly taking over their number 1 role. But Washington admittedly, they've got a pretty good front seven for as bad of a team as they are. So be careful about starting DeAndre Swift. Don't know what's going on with my video lately. But thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to like it and subscribe to my channel. And, that way you can stay up to date with all of our future content.